Hello students, I welcome you all once again for another exciting, interesting and fun-filled science class. So students, the other day we talked about the hormones, right? Puberty, adolescence, and then we left out some portion, yes? So today we shall continue with our chapter 10 and today we shall study hormones other than sex hormones, okay? You have already learned about all the sex hormones for male, female. You remember? Yes. So let us study hormones other than sex hormones. Let us see. When you look at a picture, if you look at a picture, you will find, I've given some glands in our human body. Okay, those are the endocrine glands. Students, I told you the other day that endocrine glands were the ductless glands. They don't have any veins or arteries for the chemicals, the hormones to travel, but they will just, secrete these hormones directly into the bloodstream. Okay, so here, just below the brain, like I said, is the pituitary gland. Okay, here you have this pituitary gland, and on your throat, okay, say inside this, in our neck, in our throat, we have this thyroid gland, okay, thyroid gland, and we have adrenal gland. This adrenal gland is located at the top of the kidneys. See these two structures? These are the kidneys, okay? So just above these two, you will find this adrenal gland, and then we have this pancreas. Okay, pancreas. Pancreas you will find just attached to the stomach. Okay, here the stomach is not given, but just below the stomach, you will find this pancreas. Then this is a female. This is the female reproductive organ, that is the ovaries. And then we have the male reproductive organ, that is the testes. Okay, so these are the endocrine glands. All these that I have shown you, there are other endocrine glands, okay? But for now, you just have to need to know only this, okay? So pituitary gland, thyroid gland, adrenal gland, pancreas, ovaries, and testes. Now let us see what are the hormones secreted by all this. Okay, let us see. The thyroid gland, okay, the thyroid gland that is located in our neck, okay, it secretes a hormone called thyroxine. Okay, what, students? Thyroid gland secretes a hormone called thyroxine. Thy, Thy, Roxine, thyroxine. Okay, this thyroxine also a very important hormone. It controls, it regulates, our digestion, our heart, and even for the development of our bones. Okay, for growth and development, this thyroxine is very important. Sometimes, there are some people who have this goiter here, okay? And some people, they don't grow tall, they just remain short because of this hypersecretion or oversecretion of this thyroxine, okay? Then adrenal gland, just above the kidney, at the top of the kidney, I say there is this adrenal gland. And this adrenal gland secretes a hormone called adrenaline. Yes, please repeat after me. Adrenaline. Okay, adrenaline or epinephrine. It is also known as epinephrine, but this adrenaline is also known as the flight and fight hormone. When you get angry, there is a rush. Okay, I'm normal right now. I'm not angry. But if somebody does something bad to me and says something bad, then I become angry, right? Everybody gets angry when somebody does something that irritates you, and there is a rush. Okay, your heart starts beating faster. Your blood will rush, and then you get all flushed up. It is because of this adrenaline, the hormones. Okay, and it helps you to control your anger also. Okay, it helps you to control your anger. And if there is any danger, then there is a sign inside. If there is any danger, then you just flee. Okay, you just run away. Or if you see any danger, then it makes you do fight back, isn't it? So it is all because of this adrenaline. Okay, and suddenly sometimes you may feel suddenly a rush of adrenaline, and then you would want to work, all the household works, and then do some exercises. because there is a rush of adrenaline. So this adrenaline hormone is produced by the adrenal gland. Then we have this pancreas. This structure below the stomach, the pancreas, is also very important, endocrine gland. It secretes the hormone called insulin. Have you heard of this word insulin? Insulin is very important because it regulates our blood glucose level, blood sugar level. Those people who have diabetes, okay, those who have diabetes, insulin level is low. That is why, they suffer from this diabetes. The pancreas maybe does not give out enough insulin. That is why people suffering from, that type of diabetes, they go and take insulin injection, because this insulin helps us to balance the blood, glucose level. This insulin tells the liver, okay, tells the liver and the kidney also to, use up the glucose. All right, so this insulin helps in maintaining blood sugar level. Then this pituitary gland, the pituitary gland produces growth hormone as well as, growth hormone. This pituitary gland, though it is very a small structure, it produces growth hormone, helps us to grow. All right, and not only that, the pituitary gland also produces other hormones like luteinizing hormone or gonadotrophin, releasing hormone, which helps the testes and the ovaries to produce the testosterone or the, estrogen. Okay, so these are some of the hormones, okay, which are produced by the endocrine glands in human body. So look carefully, okay, and keep all this in mind. Now let us see the role of hormones. These are the role of hormones in human body. What about the animals? What about the insects? Do they have hormones? Yes, they have hormones. All the animals, they secrete hormones. Okay. Now let us see some hormones. Okay, and some hormones in completing the life history of, let us see, insects and in frogs. Let us first see. Do you know silkworm? Iripuka? Silkworm, yes, it is a very exotic food, right? A delicacy. See, this silkworm, this is a life cycle of silkworm. See, this caterpillar-like thing, okay? This caterpillar, the larva, it enters the cocoon and turns into adult moth, then lays eggs, and these eggs will turn into larva, caterpillar, and then the life cycle goes on. Okay, what about the frogs? Even in frogs, say, frogs, eggs will turn into, will transform into, what is this? Tadpoles. You know that, right? Tadpoles. And these tadpoles, again, will turn into a frog. See, tadpoles look like a fish. When they're small, when they're little, the larva of frog is a tadpole. So slowly it changes into the adult frog. And this one slowly it changes into an adult moth. And this change, okay, this change is known as what? Metamorphosis. What? Metamorphosis. Okay, metamorphosis. Metamorphosis is the process of, insects or animals, undergoing changes from the larva to the adult stage. All right, see, they all look very different. Yes or no? Eggs to tadpole to, see, like a lizard, and then to the frog. Even here, see the caterpillar, the larva turning into caterpillar, then into cocoon, then butterfly becoming a moth, then the egg. So different. Yes, a complete change. That is known as metamorphosis. And now this metamorphosis is brought about by what? They're brought about by hormones, insect hormones. Okay, there are hormones in insects also. I'll just give you one example. In frogs, metamorphosis is brought about. Okay, metamorphosis in frogs. This tadpole can change into a frog because of the hormone thyroxine. Just now we have studied that thyroxine is produced by the thyroid gland. Yes or no? So even in frogs, they have a thyroid gland which gives out thyroxine. And this thyroxine helps in metamorphosis of frogs. Okay, even in silkworm also, but the hormone for silkworm is also different. All right, now let us see. But for thyroxine, another interesting fact. Okay, listen. Another interesting fact is thyroxine production. It requires the presence of the mineral called iodine. Okay, thyroxine production for the frog, okay, or for the tadpole, to produce thyroxine, the water in which it is growing, because tadpole, they live in water, yes or no? The tadpole lives in water. Then only when they become adult they can come out. Yes. So the water in which the tadpole is living, it has to be rich in iodine. The water has to contain iodine, or else what will happen? Or else thyroxine will not be produced. Okay? And the frog will never become, the tadpole will never become an adult. All right. So, like I said, thyroxine production requires the presence of iodine in water. If the water in which the tadpoles are growing does not contain sufficient iodine, the tadpoles cannot become adults. Okay, so remember that. Remember the role of hormones, the importance of hormones. Even us, even a 10-year-old child, a 9-year-old child, 11-year-old child, in order to undergo puberty, in order to to reach adolescence, to become a teenager, all these hormones are responsible for changes in our body, yes or no? So we may think that hormones, I don't think it is so important. No, but it is the hormones which plays a role, a very, very important role in an organism. Okay? Even plants have hormones, but today we will study only for this, frogs, insects, and humans. Okay? So these are the roles of hormones. Now let us see reproductive health. We talked about reproduction. How human beings are able to reproduce. Okay, once they attain reproductive maturity, once they attain puberty and adolescence, then only they can reproduce. Yes or no? So let us see how to maintain this reproductive health. Okay, first let us see nutritional needs of the adolescents. See, this is a noun form of adolescence. Okay, adolescence means this is the teenagers, also known as teenagers. So nutritional needs of the adolescents or teenagers, personal hygiene, and physical exercise. So let us see, what do adolescents need? Okay, when you are growing up, when you are going through this adolescence or puberty stage, what do you need? Okay, let us see the nutritional needs of the adolescents. Balanced diet. All of us, we know what balanced diet is because we have been studying this from the lower classes. So balanced diet means a diet, a food containing all the different types of nutrients, right? So like proteins, carbohydrates, fats, vitamins in requisite proportion. That means in the right proportion, all this should be there in your food, in your diet. Okay, in your eating habit, all this, your food should contain proteins as well as carbohydrates, vitamins, fats, all this, not only one, okay, but it should be balanced. Then see, daily we used our regular food consists of rice, dal, vegetables, so even that, okay, and fruits, okay, vegetables, dal, rice, okay, they provide most of the needs, okay, of our body to grow. Then milk is also a complete food. Milk, when you fruits and mother's milk for the infants. You know that infants, a newborn baby, they don't eat food directly like us, the adults. No, for 6 months, a newborn baby, 0 to 6 months, no solid food. You know that, isn't it? Okay, no solid food, only milk. They depend only on the mother's breast milk or the formula, okay, which we get in the shop. Okay, so baby's needs is complete by the milk itself. Only milk is enough for infants. But for adolescents like you, then we need all these different solid foods. Also, iron. Iron is also a very, very important component of your food. Iron should also hold a very important part of your food because it builds the blood. Okay? It builds our blood. And leafy vegetables, it is contained in leafy vegetables, jaggery. You know what is jaggery? Jaggery, gur, okay, which is made from sugarcane. So it is iron is present in leafy vegetables, green leafy vegetables, jaggery, meat, okay, citrus and gooseberry, like citrus fruit like lemons, oranges, all right, all those contains gooseberries, all those contains, they also contain iron, okay. Iron is builds up our blood, especially for women, for girls. Since we undergo monthly flow of blood, we need this iron supplements so that the blood that is lost can be replenished. All right, then so all this balanced diet, your diet should contain all these different types of food, okay? And chips and packed or tin snacks, chips are so yummy, packed food, all those frozen food, they taste, good, all those tin snacks, though they are tasty, it will not replace the regular meals that we eat, okay? So don't depend only on the packed food, on the chips and all those, junk food, because they do not provide all the requirements of our body, okay? Then personal hygiene. All of us should, maintain this personal hygiene. Hygiene means cleanliness. We should maintain hygiene. At least once in a day we have to take bath. Yes or no? At least once in a day we have to take bath. And then because during this adolescence, especially because like I said, there are increased activity of sweat glands and sebaceous glands. It makes the body smelly, okay? Odor comes out. So at least in a day, one time you have to take bath, and or else, and when we are taking bath, when you take bath, make sure that every part of your body is cleaned, okay? Even the private parts, or else bacterial infections takes place, bacterial infections. And then if you don't take care of your hygiene, if you don't take care of your body parts, then when infection takes place and when you don't take timely and proper care of it, it may affect your reproductive organs, okay? It may affect your internal organs, and it may cause problems even in the future. So you should not allow any infections to take place, all right? Because once the bacteria starts growing in your private parts, inside out, then it might affect our reproductive organs. Okay, so we have to take care, make sure that we maintain personal hygiene. And especially, girls should take special care of cleanliness during the time of menstrual flow. Okay, during the time of menstrual flow, especially the girls, we have to take extra care. Okay, and we have to follow our cycle. We have to know at what time our periods will come. And then, likewise, we have to prepare and get ready for all the necessary things. Okay, and use sanitary pads or even homemade pads, but we have to change them frequently in a day, okay, or else bacterial infections will take place. All right, so girls especially should be more careful during the menstrual periods. Okay, take care that you change your sanitary pads regularly, at least 3-4 times in a day. You have to change your pads. Okay, then physical exercise. Okay, I'm sure all of you must be, going for walks in the evening. Yes, strolls, very interesting, So walks, outdoor games, okay, or indoor games, badminton or whatever games you can. We have to, keep our body active. You have to keep your body active, adolescents. Okay, don't get lazy and slumping on the sofa and getting obese. No, it should not be like that. Since this is a growing stage, you have to make sure that every part of your body grows to the maximum possible development. Okay, so you have to keep your body fit, and you should say no to drugs. You know that. You know what is AIDS, right? HIV/AIDS. We have already studied this in our previous in lower classes also. HIV/AIDS. In order to prevent this, you have to refrain yourself completely from drugs. Okay, Then let us see, there in our not only in our Naga society, but in some Indian, not in Naga society, but in some Indian society, there are some myths and taboos. Okay, to do this, don't do that, during that, but those are all myths. Okay, let us see, like for example, there are some classes of Indian family which says that a girl becomes pregnant or if they look at a boy. Okay, if they looks at boys during menstruation, there are some people, okay, some people, some some people which says that if a girl looks at a boy during menstruation gets pregnant. No, that is absolutely rubbish. Okay, then we also say that there are many people who says the mother is responsible for the sex of the child, giving birth, like I said the other day, giving birth to daughter only. Then the husband used to kick the wife, then you kick the mother, and then scolding, why you are not giving me a son? But no, it is not the, you already know that it is not the mother who is responsible for gender determination, boy or girl. It is the husband. Okay, it is the father who is responsible for determining the sex of a child. Okay, then in some society, in some group of society, in some group, the girl is not allowed to work in the kitchen during menstruation. Yes, there are some people that I know, they also, practice this, that when they are, having their menstrual periods, they're not allowed even to go enter the kitchen. But that is not, that is not that is not necessary. That is a myth. That is not necessary to do that, because even during menstruation, if we are clean, if you're hygiene enough, then why shouldn't girls be allowed in the kitchen? That is also a myth. Okay, and then adolescence pregnancy, we should know that now that your body is capable of reproducing, you should know that, the legal age of marriage in India. Okay, that means by law, the law which allows marriage to happen is, for girls it is 18 years, and for boys it is 21 years. But for me, I say they are still very young, because mentally and physically they are still not ready, mentally, and all this. Okay, so you have to keep this in mind. And like we have already studied all the nutritional requirements, all the physical, and what we have to do for maintaining our body. Okay, keep all these things in mind, and until the next class, I'll see you. Bye bye.